This next segment is brought to you by the letter Q, specifically QAnon. What is QAnon? Well, it went mainstream during the so-called Pizzagate affair, which led one man to walk into a pizzeria in Washington, D.C. with an assault rifle because conspiracy theorists claim that Hillary Clinton and John Podesta ran a child sex ring in the basement. Seriously. And it made national news when Vice President Mike Pence tweeted and then soon deleted a photo showing him with a police officer who wore a patch with the letter Q. But what is it? Simply put, it's kind of a conspiracy theory fan fiction, if you will, that started and is based on anonymous postings on an internet message board in which someone, or in reality many someones, posting as Q falsely claim that the world is run by a satanic cabal of elites led by Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and the deep state, and that Donald Trump, with the help from secret allies, including special counsel Robert Mueller, will expose and defeat this deep state. Now, where have we heard that term before?
The crazy attempt by the Democrat Party and the fake news media right back there and the deep state to overturn the results of the 2016 election have failed.
So why are we talking about it tonight? Well, because supporters of QAnon were out in full force at President Trump's rally in Grand Rapids, Michigan on Thursday. You can see in this line of Trump supporters waiting in line to get into the event, many wearing T-shirts emblazoned with the letter Q and shouting QAnon slogans. NBC News reporter Ben Collins has been covering QAnon for the past year. He reported the amount of pro-QAnon supporters at the Trump rally in Grand Rapids on Thursday as absolutely shocking. Now, there's no evidence to back up any of the QAnon claims. Again, absolutely none at all. And there's even a theory that the Q posters might be elaborate pranksters modeling themselves off an Italian book. But for those who wear T-shirts and claim to be in the QAnon clique, what do they hear when the president says things like this?
All of the current and former officials who paid for, promoted, and perpetuated the single greatest hoax in the history of politics in our country. They have to be, I'm sorry, they have to be accountable.
Joining us now is NBC News reporter Ben Collins, who is the perfect reporter to talk about this because he has been reporting on QAnon's presence at Donald Trump's rallies for the past year. Ben, so good to see you. What do those QAnon supporters, believers, hear when the president says stuff like that?
They hear a wink and a nod. That's what they hear, because no one's denied it or anything like that. There are people on the fringes of the Trump orbit who have denied it in the past, but no one has just out and said, this is crazy, this is insanity, please don't follow this thing. And they rely on that. They rely on that sort of wink and nod. They rely on little clues, like it's numerology. It's not real winks and nods, but that's what they intuit.
What is the danger here when they are showing up with Q T-shirts and Q hats and Q patches and they're shouting QAnon themes? What's the danger?
Sure, this is a militant group. Like, there's been 2 murders tied to this group this year alone. One happened a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you saw it. Like, somebody killed a mob boss, and he held up his hand and said Q on it.
Yeah.
In court.
Here in New York City.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody also tried to burn down Comet Pizza a couple weeks ago, and an hour before he did it. An hour and 10 minutes. Yep. An hour and 10 minutes.
Same pizza place as the guy that walked in with the gun.
Because, by the way, Pizzagate is part of QAnon. Every conspiracy theory from the right is part of QAnon. But an hour before he tried to burn this place down, he posted a QAnon video from a very famous YouTuber who has, tens of millions of views.
So why is this popped up at Donald Trump's rallies? I mean, it wasn't a huge thing during the 2016 campaign. Right. It's suddenly much bigger now. But I guess you could argue the pump was primed. I mean, I do want to play one soundbite from October 13th, 2016, and just listen to the terminology Donald Trump is using.
We've seen this firsthand in the WikiLeaks documents, in which Hillary Clinton meets in secret with international banks to plot the destruction of U.S. sovereignty in order to enrich these global financial powers, her special interest friends, and her donors. So true.
So that was at the end of the campaign. Donald Trump didn't think he was going to win, looking for anybody to blame, and he was talking about this grand conspiracy to keep him out of office, to keep him from fighting for the people at those rallies. Is that part of the reason why this is such a prime place for conspiracy theorists to latch onto?
It's perfect for them. And what it does is it combines the two kind of problems that we have on the internet and politics right now, where he primes the pump, like you said, and then there are these recommendation algorithms on websites like YouTube and Facebook where they're searching what the president says. They say, Hillary Clinton evil or Hillary Clinton part of a global cabal or something. But then the second video after that, the one that autoplays after that, is what's the global cabal really? Oh, it's about pedophilia. It's about killing and eating children. Like there was a lot of this whole thing last year because it's a doomsday cult about how, one day there's going to be a tape that comes out that says Hillary Clinton is going to chop the face off a child. And it never came because it doesn't exist. But it doesn't matter because the whole point of it is to extend the boundaries of how evil this set of people in the deep state can be.
What is the remedy here, though? I mean, is YouTube, is Twitter, is Facebook, are they looking at this and saying this is an area that we need to police a little bit more? Don't you get into a very slippery slope with freedom of speech?
Well, that's the thing. You can get into a slippery slope with freedom of speech, but they haven't even gone down that route yet, right? They can give you better videos than just if you type in Hillary Clinton evil.
So the autoplay is the issue.
Exactly. They can, there are better ways for things to happen automatically to you on the internet.
Better algorithms.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't a speech issue. I always say, if you walk into a store and you like a bookstore and you say, hey, can you tell me about World War II? If the bookstore is handing you Mein Kampf right away, I'm not sure that's a good bookstore. If a bookstore is handing you stuff about World War II, it's probably a good bookstore. That's what we need to start doing more on the internet. And that's really, this is how it grew. People just had good intentions sometimes. People had okay intentions. People wanted to learn about politics. And they just got radicalized over time because they were trying to solve this mystery.
That's a good analogy, bookstore. Ben Collins, thanks so much for joining us and helping us understand. It is all very weird and confusing.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on the button below for more from The Last Word and the rest of MSNBC.